Hey guys, welcome to You the Boss podcast, episode 58. I'm your host, Pam. And today, before we get started on the episode, on the topic, I want to say thank you so much for listening and tuning in. If you haven't already, please leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to your podcast, please leave us a review. It helps to put in the work for us on a week-to-week basis. So today's topic it's titled Start Now, No One's Coming to Save You. And I want to preface this by saying that over the next couple of weeks and in the next couple of months, there's going to be a change of a tone on this podcast. Recently, someone that I care about, she's a good friend of mine, she left a review on the podcast, and something that she said really touched me, and I've really thought about it for a couple of weeks. And she said that she loved the podcast and she loved her relationship with me because I gave it to her straight without the personal growth like fluff, she called it. And first of all, that's great because I'm actually a personal development coach. And I loved that she said that I gave her the personal development without the guru. And I love that. And so we're going to run with it. So start now. No one's coming to save you. I do want to preface this by saying that this came from a post that Gary Vee posted. And typically, I don't curse on this podcast. I don't curse in a lot of my speaking. It's just not because I don't curse, because I do. It's just I don't always feel that I need to curse to get the point across. But in some of the things that we're going to be changing, I do want to let you know that there's going to be some words here and there. So I promise you that if there is any kind of cursing and you listen to this around your kids, I'll do my best to put it in the forefront and let you know beforehand. But honestly, like, I'm not going to turn into every other word being the F-bomb. So don't worry about that. But Gary Vee posted something where he said, no one's coming to fucking save you, something like that. And I loved it. And as soon as I saw the post, I was like, I need to write an episode on this. I want to express this. And like, I wrote my notes down and like all those different things. So if you haven't already started doing what you want in your life, this is the only time that I will say that you're wasting time. No one's coming to do it for you. If you've been looking for a wake-up call, you've been looking for a sign from the universe, a sign from anyone, this is it. Everything that you've been avoiding doing, this is your wake-up call. I'm not going to let you get away with the excuses. I'm not going to only tell you that you need to start now. Like, no, as always, at the end of the episode, there's going to be some pointers. There's going to be direction for you. But there is going to be a harsh reality. No one is going to hand you your dream. I hate to tell you, it doesn't matter how good the economy is or isn't, who the president is, none of that is going to happen. No one's going to hand you your dream. You're going to have to work for it. You will not become an instant person online. Like the influencers tell you themselves, they worked and worked and worked, and they had to post and post and post, and they had to do all the different things that they needed to do to put themselves out there to release their dream. And I have to say that one of the things that has occurred to me with a personal experience, I guess you could say, is that I waited too long to start this podcast. I have had so much good material. I've been cleaning up some different journals and stuff, and I'm like, man, I had a podcast running for me like 5 or 6 years ago. And I did. You know what? Like, even still 5 years ago, I was still sitting during the middle of the pandemic, sitting on the fact that I wanted to start a podcast and I hadn't yet. And I probably should have started it before that, but definitely 5 years ago when everything was going on, it started going on when it came to the pandemic. And I want you to understand that perfect timing is a fantasy. It's not real. You might find more realness in an anime episode or a video game than you will in the phrase that there is perfect timing. Perfect timing is actually a fantasy because There's no perfect time for anything. You're never 100% ready. And just right out the gate, I know that there's always something going on where it says, you don't understand. I don't have the time. I'm afraid. A lot of time people don't say that they're afraid. They just say things like, I don't want people looking at me, or I don't want my friends thinking, what is she doing? Or, that's typically how the fears come out, but it's a fear of judgment. Like, it is what it is. And the other one is money. Now, when I'm speaking to you from the year of 2025, where I'm aware of all the things happening in the world, I'm not ignorant. I understand that we all have responsibilities, and sometimes it's between making a car payment or buying groceries. So I understand that ultimately we need to pick and choose our responsibilities here. So I'm not telling you to not make those payments, and I'm not telling you to, you know, blow your money. Basically, that's not what I'm telling you. I am telling you, though, that you have to make an investment somewhere. So whether that's with your time to start and getting creative and bringing in more money for a short period of time, not forever, to put yourself in a position where you start to make things happen for yourself, then so be it. It's it's bullshit to say that we are waiting because of that fear of failure and that fear of judgment. Ultimately, no one knows what they're doing. Congratulations. No one knows what they're doing. And transparently, that's the best part, that no one knows what they're doing. Because no one knows what they're doing, it's not like you're going to look like a fool, because no one knows what they're doing. So if anyone is judging you, I promise you that anyone that is judging you isn't doing anything. So actually, it doesn't matter if they're judging you. So this fear of judgment, or this fear of judgment of failing, isn't even real. It's literally self-imposed. It's like you're you're sitting here and you're overanalyzing and you're overthinking, and ultimately you spent 5 days overthinking and overanalyzing, and all you have to show for it is analysis paralysis. You sat there and you looked it over, you looked it over, you looked it over, and you didn't do anything with it. And now you're still in the same spot that you were 5 days ago because you didn't start anything with the information that you looked into. You're never 100% ready. And that's okay. You're not supposed to be 100% ready to do anything. I read a quote recently that it was called messy action. And that is the secret weapon. Start ugly. Start ugly. Whenever you hear an artist or someone who can draw, they start out with these ugly, messy beginnings, that they're ugly writings. It's like so easy. Like, go back and listen to different motivational speakers, different people who are big podcasters, people on YouTube, and they'll tell you, yeah, my first episode was just embarrassing. They'll even sometimes point you to their YouTube channel and be like, that was terrible. And I actually encourage you, go listen to the first episode of You the Boss podcast. I had a wonderful friend of mine help me with that. He has a media company. Shout out to Jersey Media. And he helped me with that episode. But like, I said so many times that we ended up cutting that episode in the way that it came out. So I think I recorded like 45 minutes and only 13 minutes came to. That first episode was not great. But I'm so glad that I put it out, because from that episode, I immediately grew. From that episode, I immediately started to invest in myself a little bit. I started to read more, talk more, and all those different things. And like, my point in telling you this is that you can't skip the beginner phase. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. Here I am dropping the truth on you. You're not going to skip being the beginner. You have to learn. You have to make mistakes. You have to go out there and experience the different things, and you have to embrace them. First of all, you learn the most when you're doing. I have a wonderful mentor. Him and his wife mentor my husband and I. And one of the things that he has mentioned to us time and time and time again is that you're not going to get good without doing it. You're going to have to be a beginner in everything you do. You didn't used to be able to walk straight. You didn't used to be able to tie your shoes. You didn't even used to be able to wipe your butt. Like, everyone's a beginner. So you need to embrace it. And tiny steps is where it starts. It's the game changer. It's today I'm going to write 100 words if you're a writer. You know what? Today I'm going to do the research for the LLC. Today I'm going to open the LLC. You know what? Today I'm going to send that email pitch. Today I'm going to post that video. Today I'm going to do the little things. You know, there's something called momentum psychology, and it's a description of like small wins. When you start to do the little things, it puts you in that position of making you believe that you can keep going. Your your brain is literally set up to help you do anything you put your mind to. All you have to do is say, "Brain, I want to do this." And if you follow up with looking into it and then step by step, you literally start to have those small wins, but all it takes is that tiny step. So I want to challenge you to commit for a tiny action before the day ends. You're not going to have a quantum leap between tonight and tomorrow, but you are able to take one tiny action a day. I want you to take ownership. I want you to own up. I want you to boss up. And as a boss, you need to stop blaming your external circumstances. I want us to remember that the way that we make change in this world is not by sitting at home watching the news. It's by going out and doing the different things that are, again, happening in the world, where people organize and they protest and they boycott and they put their money where their mouth is and they spend their money in the right places. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that you can't keep blaming the outside world. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of the social media avenues, they're going to continue to keep you glued to your phone. The point is for you to take the information and go out there in the world and do something with it. So stop blaming the external circumstances why you haven't started on that idea, why you haven't started your LLC, why you haven't started doing, because at the end of the day, no, time doesn't come back. Money does, the experience of others does. So you need to take ownership. You need to, for lack of a better word, boss up. You have to remember that your life is yours to build or yours to ignore. You choose. So I want to give you guys, as always, 5 things that you can start doing today. 5 things to get you started on this journey for yourself, whatever that is. Whether it's you want to write a book, you want to write a blog, you want to start a podcast, you have a business idea, write it down. Write the page down. Write Make it messy. You don't need to It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be right. It just needs to be messy. There doesn't need to be structure. Just do it like a brain dump. Like, that's, I guess, a thing now, but it's just literally you're just writing things down. Write it down. Number 2, post something that you're scared to post. Yes, I know. Social media. La 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 la. Share the photo. Record the short video. Put it out there. Publish the article. Hit post without over editing or second guessing or who's going to see this? How many views am I going to get? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. One of these great people that I follow, I've done an interview with her before. Her name is Morilla, and she is a wonderful strategist online, and I love her content, and I've interviewed with her before, and I just love what she's doing online. And she posts, how many times she posts things and like people don't get it or it doesn't hit their message, and like she still keeps posting and she still reaches people and she has a very big business. So just stop over analyzing it. Number 3, send a bold message. Email someone you admire or DM a potential client. Pitch yourself. Not a big draft, not something that you sent to someone to review for you, just like short, bold, and real. And if you're an introvert, I'm here to tell you that the world is made out of introverts who decided to do one bold thing. So just do it. Number 4, invest an hour into your dream. Create that power hour. Block 60 minutes to only do the thing for you every single day. No distractions. Set the timer, put all the focus, things on your phone, the do not disturbs on your computers and whatever else, and just do it. 60 minutes. Treat it like it's the most important meeting of your life, because it is. Number 5, say it out loud. Say, I'm doing this. Last week I talked about affirmations. Last week I talked about not being fake about your affirmations. So say it out loud. Look in the mirror and say, I'm doing this. Tell a friend. Say it on social media. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Speaking it weighs. Speaking it gives it its weight. It shifts it from you thinking about it to you doing it, especially if your brain hears it. Stop lying to yourself. Stop waiting. You're wasting your own potential. I say the saying so much that money comes back, time doesn't. You owe it to yourself to fail, to get up, to have the messy action, and to keep going. Because ultimately, you don't take physical things with you. All you take with you is whatever you leave behind in the world. Start a challenge with yourself. Before the day ends, start something, anything. Make you proud. The cost of not following your dreams is spending your life wishing that you had. You never hear anyone on their deathbed say, I wish I hadn't done these things. You never hear them say, I wish I never planned for that trip. I wish I never started that business. I wish I never met those people. You hear them say the things that they regret not doing. Build your life the way that you want it. And for you to do that, you have to start now, because no one else is coming to save you. Thank you for listening. Come back again next week for another episode of You the Boss podcast.